Okay, so we're diving deep today into this research paper all about AI in pharmaceutical and healthcare research.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
we're giving you the VIP tour
Nice.
of how AI is shaking things up
Okay.
in medicine and drug development. And get this.
Yeah.
What's really interesting is just how widespread AI is becoming.
Yeah, it really is.
In healthcare.
It's not
We're not talking
sci-fi future.
no sci-fi future anymore.
No?
This is happening now.
Right.
AI is being used to
diagnose
diseases.
Yeah.
Personalized treatment. It's even helping
discover new drugs.
It's like AI is infiltrating every corner
of
healthcare. This paper goes into how AI is being used to diagnose everything from cancer and dementia to even skin conditions.
That's right.
And the accuracy is
mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
It is.
So basically you've got algorithms
Yeah.
sifting through tons of medical images and patient data.
Yeah.
Picking up on these subtle patterns that humans might totally miss.
Right. They fly under the radar. For us humans.
Yeah. It's like
a second set of superpowered eyes.
Yeah. Helping doctors
make a diagnosis.
Make diagnoses.
Yeah.
The paper gives this really interesting example of a RIB.
Segmentation algorithm.
That's
right.
That's used with X-rays to diagnose lung diseases.
Oh, that's a tricky one.
And that's a tricky one.
Yeah, because ribs can overlap.
They overlap.
In the image, making it really difficult to analyze.
Headache to analyze.
Yeah, real headache.
But this AI algorithm can isolate the ribs, which could be so helpful for early detection of something like
lung cancer.
Yeah. Catching it early,
huge difference.
Can make a world of difference.
It can.
But it's not just about diagnosis, is it?
No, it's not.
AI is shaking things up in
the treatment department.
Too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's the scoop there?
So picture this. Treatments tailored precisely to you.
Okay.
AI is making this a reality.
Wow.
Especially in areas like radiotherapy, retina imaging, and even managing chronic diseases.
Okay, color me intrigued.
Okay.
What are some of the ways that AI is being used for personalized treatment?
We'll take radiotherapy, for instance.
Okay.
AI can help map out treatments with way more accuracy and fewer errors.
Fewer errors, that's reassuring.
It is, yeah. And in retina imaging, get this, AI can pull out a crazy amount of information from just one photo.
Hold up, just one photo.
One photo.
That's wild.
Of your retina. That's right.
What kind of information can they get from this?
So eye doctors could potentially spot early signs of conditions like diabetes or hypertension.
Wow.
All from analyzing a single retinal image.
Okay.
We're talking about revolutionizing how eye conditions are diagnosed and treated.
So AI is like this medical multitasker tackling both diagnosis and treatment.
It is.
But this paper also mentions that AI is speeding up drug development.
It is.
Which has always been this
notoriously
long and expensive process.
So how is AI changing that game?
That's another area where AI is really shining.
Okay.
There are two main ways.
Okay.
It's tackling this challenge.
Okay.
First, it's being used to predict the bioactivity and toxicity.
Okay, break that down for me.
What does that even mean?
So basically, imagine AI helping us figure out how effective a drug might be against a specific disease and whether it's going to have any bad side effects.
Okay.
It's like having a crystal ball.
So AI is helping us weed out
the duds
and focus on the drugs
with real potential
that have real potential.
Right.
So there's this algorithm mentioned in the paper.
There is.
Called Deep Tox.
Deep Tox.
That actually outperformed all other methods.
It did.
In a toxicity prediction challenge.
That's right.
Deep Tox, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds impressive.
It is impressive.
What kind of impact could this have?
Think about all the time and money saved.
Right.
By avoiding dead-end drug candidates.
That's huge.
Plus, we can potentially avoid harmful side effects.
Right.
Down the line.
It sounds like AI is really shaking things up.
It is.
On the drug discovery front. Yeah. But you mentioned there were 2 ways.
2 ways, that's right.
That AI is revolutionizing drug development. What's the second one?
The second way AI is making waves is by streamlining clinical trials.
Okay, and clinical trials are...
They are infamous.
Infamous for being super complex and expensive?
And expensive.
Right.
They are a major bottleneck in the process.
They are.
But AI is tackling some of the biggest pain points head on.
So AI is stepping in to make clinical trials...
More efficient.
More efficient.
Yeah.
So AI can help find suitable participants...
Way faster.
Much faster.
By analyzing electronic medical records...
Right.
And matching them with...
The specific criteria.
The specific criteria.
Okay.
It can also monitor patient data.
Okay.
In real time using wearable technology.
Right.
Making the whole monitoring process more efficient and less intrusive.
I can definitely see how that would
speed things
up. But how does AI help with analyzing the results?
It can.
Because isn't that usually done by...
Teams of scientists.
Teams of scientists.
It is, but AI can lend a hand there too.
Yeah.
It can analyze medical images to spot things like disease progression or how well a treatment is working.
Yeah.
And it can often do it faster and more accurately than humans.
So AI is like the ultimate...
Clinical trial assistant.
Clinical trial assistant. Helping out at every stage.
At every stage of the process. That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
But the paper doesn't stop there.
No.
It also talks about...
It does.
How AI is being used to predict epidemics and pandemics.
Right. A topic.
That's a topic that's been...
On everyone's mind.
On everyone's mind lately.
It has.
AI is emerging as...
A powerful tool.
A powerful tool in that fight.
Yeah.
AI models can analyze a ton of data.
From different sources. Like social media, news reports.
Yeah.
Even weather patterns.
Wow. To predict where and how.
So it's kind of like...
Those weather forecasting models.
Yeah. But for disease outbreaks. So AI was being used during the COVID-19 pandemic.
It was.
To track and predict the spread.
It was a valuable tool.
Yeah.
For informing decision-making.
That makes sense.
Models were developed to predict the number of cases and hospitalizations.
Right. Having accurate predictions could be so crucial.
Absolutely.
In a pandemic.
Yeah.
The paper also mentions this thing called machine learning.
Anonymized mobility map.
Anonymized mobility map.
That's a mouthful.
That was used to forecast influenza?
Yes.
In Australia and the USA?
In Australia and the USA.
What exactly is that?
Think of it as a map that shows how people are moving around. But all the data is anonymized to protect privacy.
Right.
This AMM uses data from smartphones to track those movement patterns, which can then be used to predict how the flu might spread geographically.
So by understanding how people move... AI can get a better idea.
That's right.
Of where and when.
Flu outbreaks.
Flu outbreaks might pop up.
That's amazing. This kind of forecasting could be crucial for putting early interventions in place. And preventing those outbreaks from turning into...
Widespread epidemics.
Yeah.
It's like having an early warning system.
It is.
For the flu.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Mind-blowing stuff, right?
Totally. But no technology is perfect.
Okay.
So what are some of the challenges?
Well, one of the big ones is data dependency.
Okay.
AI algorithms are like hungry learners.
Right.
They need mountains of high-quality data to really get smart and effective.
That makes sense, but getting that kind of data
is tricky.
In healthcare must be tricky, right? Because patient privacy is a huge deal.
Huge deal.
So how do researchers deal with that?
Well, there are strict rules
Yeah.
about how patient data can be used.
Right.
And for good reason.
Of course.
So researchers and developers are constantly trying to find ways to access and use this data responsibly while still keeping patient privacy top of mind.
It's a delicate balance.
It is. It's a real tightrope walk.
The paper also mentions challenges with implementation. Getting AI integrated into
healthcare systems.
Healthcare systems that are already
in place. It's complicated.
Must be pretty complicated.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Hospitals and clinics already have.
They're set ways of doing things.
Right. Their workflows.
Right.
And their systems are pretty established.
Yeah.
So trying to weave AI technologies into that fabric takes time, effort,
Right.
And let's be real, money.
Money. Yeah. Change is never easy, especially in a field as complex as healthcare.
Yes, healthcare, yeah.
And then there's the issue of explainability.
Explainability.
Which we touched on earlier.
Yeah.
How do we know?
How do we know?
What's going on inside?
That black box?
The black box of
AI algorithms.
Right.
How do we know why?
Why they're making the decisions they're making.
They're making the decisions they're making.
That's the million-dollar question.
So if AI is going to play a role
in diagnosis and treatment?
In diagnosis and treatment.
We need to be able to trust its reasoning.
We need to understand.
We need to understand
how it arrived at a particular diagnosis
or treatment
recommendation.
That's right.
Right. It's not enough to just know that the AI came up with an answer.
Right.
You need to understand
the why behind it.
The why behind it.
That's right.
Is that something that researchers making progress on?
There's a lot of work being done to make AI more transparent and interpretable. Okay. Scientists are developing new methods that allow us to peek inside the black box and understand the logic behind those AI decisions.
So it's all about building trust.
Building trust, yeah.
And ensuring that AI is responsibly in healthcare.
In healthcare.
It sounds like the key is making sure that AI
enhances
human intelligence and expertise.
That's right.
Not replaces it.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
The real magic happens when AI and human intelligence work together.
Yeah.
When they complement each other.
So it's all about collaboration.
Collaboration.
Not replacement.
Not replacement.
It's about using AI to empower
doctors and patients.
Doctors and patients.
Giving them better tools and insights to make informed decisions.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second.
Okay.
And think about the average person. Where does all this AI stuff fit in to our healthcare journey?
That's the question. What does it actually mean for us?
Honestly, it's something for all of us to think about.
Yeah.
We're talking about AI potentially changing the entire healthcare landscape.
Yeah.
Faster, more accurate diagnoses.
Wow.
Treatments designed specifically for you.
Okay.
And maybe even preventing pandemics before they even start.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
When you think about it.
Yeah.
But with all this talk of AI revolutionizing healthcare, I have to ask, are there any downsides?
That's a great question.
Are there any potential risks?
And it's one we can't shy away from.
Okay.
Like any powerful tool, AI can be misused. We need to make sure it's developed and used responsibly with fairness and equity at the forefront.
So it's not just about the technology itself, but also about the ethical consideration.
Ethical considerations.
Surrounding how we use it?
Exactly. We need to have those open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI in healthcare.
Right. And we need to make sure. That access to these incredible technologies is equitable.
Equitable.
That they benefit everyone.
Everyone.
Not just a select few.
Not just a select few. That's right.
It's about ensuring that AI serves humanity.
It is.
Not the other way around.
That's a powerful statement.
It sounds like we're on the verge of
a healthcare revolution.
A healthcare revolution.
And AI is right at the center of it all.
And AI is right at the center of it all.
It's a truly transformative time.
It is.
And the pace of change is just incredible. What we've discussed today is really just a glimpse of what's already happening.
It's almost hard to fathom.
I know.
But in a good way.
It's
exciting to think about all the possibilities.
It is exciting.
That AI might unlock in healthcare.
But we have to acknowledge the potential anxieties too.
Right.
We need to be prepared for the societal shifts that these advancements might bring.
You're right. We can't just blindly embrace new technology.
No.
Without considering
potential consequences.
Right. It's a balancing act.
It is.
We need to be thoughtful and deliberate.
Absolutely.
About how we integrate AI.
Into healthcare.
I
think that's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
AI has the potential to make our lives better.
Yeah.
In so many ways. But it's up to us. To make sure that happens. Responsibly and ethically.
So with all this potential, what role do you think AI will play?
In your healthcare journey in the future?
It's something for all of us to ponder. It is a lot to wrap your head around.
It is. It really is.
Like, we're standing at the edge of this
huge shift.
Huge shift in healthcare.
And AI is leading the charge.
AI is right at the center of it all.
It's a remarkable time.
And it's all happening so fast.
It is. It really is.
What we've explored today
is just the tip of the iceberg.
It's the tip of the iceberg.
Think about what healthcare could look like.
I know.
In the next decade or two.
It's exhilarating and a bit daunting.
It is.
All at the same time.
Like this incredible wave of innovation.
Yeah.
But we need to be ready for it.
We need to be thinking about the ripple effects.
The ripple effect.
Not just in medicine, but in our lives.
In our lives as a whole.
As a whole.
As we navigate this new landscape of AI-driven healthcare.
We need to ask ourselves some tough questions.
We do.
How do we ensure equitable access to these advancements?
How do we maintain patient privacy in an age of increasingly sophisticated data analysis?
These aren't easy questions.
Not easy questions.
But they're crucial.
They're crucial to consider. Absolutely.
And it's not just about finding the right answers. It's about
having those conversations openly and honestly.
Openly and honestly.
Involving everyone in the discussion.
Doctors, patients, researchers.
Policymakers,
we all need to be.
We all need to be a part of this.
Part of shaping the future.
Shaping the future.
AI.
In healthcare.
In healthcare.
I couldn't agree more.
The future isn't something that just happens to us.
No, it's not. It's something we actively create. And the choices we make today about AI will have a profound impact.
On the kind of healthcare system
that we build for tomorrow. That's right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought. With all the potential benefits and challenges
we've discussed. Yeah.
What role do you envision AI playing
in your own healthcare journey?
In your own healthcare journey in the years to come?
That's a great question.
It's a question worth pondering.
It is.
And one that I hope will spark
some insightful conversations. For sure.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration.
Yeah, this has been great.
Of AI in healthcare.